All right. Shalom, everybody. Shalom. You're back again with your brew. That's me, Ban Shemayim, and I'm here with another one. Today's video is hopefully going to be with the short one this week, even though normally my longer videos come out on Friday. This Friday's video is hopefully going to be the shorter video. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, today's video, we are going over Angela Reese taunting Caitlin's Clark, right? And because there's been a lot of backlash and about this. A lot of people saying that uh, the what's her name? That Angela Reese is classless because she was showing showing her gusto. That's how sports is. In sports, there's always taunts. There's talking back and forth. That's how sports work, male or female. That's how they work. All right. And Caitlin Clark is known for taunting people, and she got taunted back with the same taunt she used, which they call the what did they call that? The Cena. 123J shout out. He said they call that the Cena. You can't see me, the Cena. But Tony Yayo, like he said, did that way before Cena. Cena probably definitely stole that from Tony Yayo. Now, one of the things they complain about is that the one girl was so good. This girl, right here, C. Clark, is so good, and she is very talented. She won the Women's Basketball Player of the Year. I don't think it is going to transfer into the WNBA where she'll be able to play as well, but we don't know. I don't want to write her off. Maybe she will. But let's go into a couple things real quick first, right? She played 35 minutes. She had 30 points, 9 of 22. That's horrible, especially when you're shooting so many threes, right? Nine, like when we grew up, that would have been considered horrible. Look at what the other people shot on her team: 5 for 7, 71%, 5 for 11. That's not too bad, especially if they none of them was three. So that's a big, obviously. And they had the other girl down there, which is a defensive lockdown, and that's why you see her stats is off, right? 3 out of 5, 3 out of 7, 60%. Uh, 3 out of 7, 4.29. One person 100%, 50%, and another 100%. Dang, those the only people they had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They only play 8 people. 9 people with that one person didn't get no buckets. Dang, she didn't even get no minutes. Dang. Dang, that's pretty horrible. Uh, let's see how many they played. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess that's what they do. I guess they that's how they do it, right? But anyways, let's look at this woman's stat. She had 30 points. Her field goal percentage was not good. So she did have a tough time. Her free throws made, she did really well. She had 8 assists, 6 turnovers. That's horrible. She had the most turnovers on the whole team. That shows that she was getting pressured. That shows that no defensive stats at all. So obviously she don't play defense. 0 blocks, 0 steals, 0 offensive rebounds. She did get 2 defensive rebounds. So I would say for her to have a bad game, because I would the numbers wise, this is a bad game. I don't care if she scored 32 points. You shoot 22 shots to score 30 points. That's a you know that the points are worth 2 points per shot. And these over here that she shot 19 of, they're worth 3 points a shot. So like 3 times 10 is 30. So for half of the shots, she would have got her 30 points. For half of the shots over here, she would have got her 30 points. So that 30 points on 22 shots is not that great. People would have been clowning Kobe if that was Kobe. Uh, when he had bad games like that and he would get his 30 points and had to take all those shots, people would try to clown Kobe. So let's go to the other girl, A. Reese. She's a forward. She played 29 minutes. She had 15 points, 5 of 12, 4 of 17. That's not great. Obviously, she had a great defensive person on her as well. But 4 of 17. She shot 0 threes. She made 0 threes. Free throw attempts, not very good, 6.25%, 5 out of 8. I mean, that's all right, but the percentage isn't that good. Rebounds though, offensive rebounds 6, defensive rebounds 4, total rebounds 10. She had 5 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. Yeah, she was balling. I think they were both balling, right? They were both balling. But you hearing that this woman was so much better than the other one when she's a point guard and she took a lot more shots. She took more shots than everybody on her team and had the worst shooting percentage out of everybody on her team. So she did not do very well. The game was 102 to 85. We're going to get into the videos. I just wanted to get into this, right? Because there's a lot of complaints. It's everything from the black girl being classless to the referees winning the fight, right? Winning the match for them. It says controversial officiating in Iowa LSU national championship game draws the Ire and Tigers title win, right? So it's saying pretty much there's a lot of people complaining, and it's gonna go through that. People was mad. They was really mad. They made this game. It's sad to say, but if you see this, pretty much all white girls. I think they got like 1 or 2 black people on the team, and the other team was mostly black. So you got this black versus white thing going on that they made this game. That's why this was the biggest game. It wasn't the biggest game because people wanted to watch women's college basketball. It was the biggest game because they was rooting for the white girl, like Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. Those were some of the biggest fights because people wanted to see Tyson Fury win. Okay, it says, I am in complete disbelief at what I am witnessing in this game. How does that technical foul, among others, even get considered? Literally cannot believe this. Refs, please stop inserting yourselves in the game. So it says the refs ain't been good since COVID. So a lot of these refs may not work another nationally televised game again. So a lot of complaints. It's the referee show. A lot of complaints about the ref. Let's get down to some facts, right? Mostly from white people. You find a little bit of the black people complaining, but let's get to the facts. It says the overall numbers ended up relatively even. Iowa was called for 19 fouls and LSU 18. And the Tigers took 1 more free throw than the IHawks. 21-20. Despite the high-scoring final, the game was choppy for long stretches, and the officiating made itself a major storyline in the sport's biggest stage. And the officiating only made itself a thing because they didn't want LSU to win. You understand? They wanted the white team to win versus the black team. People would say, why do you make this racist? They did. For them to get online and make it about fouls, when if you would have told me we played a game, they got 1 more foul than us. They shot 1 more foul shot than we did, and they won the game. I'm not blaming the refs. Like, I played enough basketball games where they'll give the other person 20 fouls and won't give y'all nothing. So I've played enough games to not you hold that when it's that close. It was actually even. You got 1 more point. If you'd have lost by 1, but you didn't. You lost 102 to 85. That's not by 1 point. You got 1 extra point from foul shots. You cannot blame the foul shots on you losing the game, on fouls on you losing the game. You had 1 more foul shot. You lost the game by 17 points. So even if you would have got if they'd have took away 6 points from them from foul shots, you'd have still lost the game by double digits. And you would have got way more foul calls than them then. It would have been you would have got 4 more foul calls. I believe my math could be a little off, but you would have got 4 more foul calls. So let's get into the actual video of what's going on. Now we got this muted because we just gonna watch it, right? We're gonna watch the black lady do it after the championship. They did this at the end of the game when the game's almost over. The game over. It can't hurt their team. They already sold it up, right? The other woman does it in the middle of a game. Let's get it going. So this is what she did. She threw that ring up. We the champs. We the champs. Oh, and she hit her with her move. Wow, you can't see me. Rolled her eyes at her. But you see what she did? She did that the game before when they versed the number one team. We're gonna watch it again. This is what she did. Throw that ring on there. Throw that ring on there. She's celebrating. You could tell that's to her team. Look, and she tried to grab her attention a little bit, like boom, and hit her with the hand wave. But look, she did it too. That's why I be saying these sports are like this. So for people to have such a big problem with this, it proves like you just didn't want the black girl to win, and you mad over it. They're saying it was classless for her, but they're not bringing. They're saying it was a different situation for the white girl. It's not classless. That's part of the game. What the white girl did. I'm calling her the white girl. But the black, no, because I'm using black and white. They're saying it's part of the game what the white girl did, right? What Caitlin Clark did, that's part of the game. But what Angela Reese did, that was classless. She should have more class than that, right? And let's get this last clip. They probably free use. But ESPN probably not gonna let me play this little clip without them demonetizing my page for this video. Let's get it going.
Debate about what happened between you and Angel Reese in the final, the gestures she made towards you, the gestures you had made of a similar nature earlier in the tournament. What do you think about what happened on Sunday between you and Angel Reese?
Honestly, I haven't been on social media a ton since, we lost. But I think the biggest thing is, it was a competitive, super, super fun game. And I think that's what's going to bring more people to our game. I think the viewership speaks for itself over the past, tournament run. But even before that, our Big Ten tournament championship game had, huge amount of viewers as well. So, I'm just lucky to be on that stage, competing against some of the best players. And I think people are really starting to realize how good our game is, how good the product is. So when you turn on the TV, they understand it. They keep coming back for more. But, all the credit in the world to LSU. They played tremendous. They made a lot of tough shots on us, but Kim Mulkey's one of the best coaches of all time. So, you got to give them a lot of credit. But I think we have so much to be proud of. And that's what Coach Bluder told us after the game is, don't hang your head, hold it high because you have a lot to celebrate, a lot to be proud of. And, you made a lot of history for the state of Iowa.
I know you don't want to dwell on it, but this controversy and, Angel Reese took a lot of criticism in a way that you hadn't. What do you think might account for the difference there?
I think the biggest thing is, we're all competitive. We all show our emotions in a different way. Angel's tremendous, tremendous player. I have nothing but respect for her. I love her game. The way she rebounds the ball, scores the ball is absolutely incredible. I'm a big fan of her and even the entire LSU team. Like I said, they played an amazing game. So, I don't think there should be any criticism for what she did. I honestly didn't see it when the game was going on. And like I said, I haven't been on social media really at all. I'm just trying to reflect back on, what this team did and enjoy every single second with my teammates because, we have two really good seniors that are moving on from our team that have given a lot. And, they've been some of my best friends, while I've been here at the University of Iowa. So I'm just lucky enough that, I got to play on that stage and have that opportunity with them. And I believe I get to play for one of the best coaches of all time and Coach Bluder. And she believes in me more than anybody ever has. So, I'm just more than anything lucky.
As we've been saying, a lot of people have been talking about it, but, one of the things people talk about is race as a component of this. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't think Angel should be criticized at all. No matter which way it goes, she should never be criticized for what she did. I'm just one that competes and she competed. So I think everybody knew there was going to be a little trash talk in the entire tournament. It's not just me and Angel. So, I don't think she should be criticized. Like I said, LSU deserves it. They played so well. And like I said, I'm a big fan of hers.
All right. And we just wanted to get that little clip so we could hear from her The person that everybody in the chat is jumping in and saying, well, she's classy, the other one's classless. She said herself that she talked junk between plenty of people. That's partly how the sports go. The reason this is being brought up as a race issue is because y'all making a big deal out of the same hand wave that, that this girl had done to other people in the tournament when the black chick did it to her at the end, right? When Angel Reese, I hate to just say the chick, right? With Catelyn Clark, when she did this, she had the mad look on, right? And then Angela Reese was like rolling her eyes and stuff, right? Or Angel Reese. But it's literally the same action. And this woman says, look, she shouldn't be criticized for it, and obviously it's race. And so for her fans to say this is not racist, that girl is just classless and just ruined the best. No, they should talk about what it is. Catelyn Clark won the women's basketball player of the year in college basketball. She deserves her respect for that. Yeah, she got a lot more shots than everybody on the team, but maybe that's because they trusted her more. Either way, she deserves her credit and her recognition. All this did was turn Angel Reese. This turned what she should have got her credit because she got 34 double doubles. People who play the big position know what that means. That means you got 10 rebounds. With double double could be 10 assists or 10 points. So you get 10 blocks, 10 steals. You can get tons of double doubles or triple doubles. But in her case, Angel Reese, she got 34 double doubles this year. That's like a woman's record in that. They both are great ballers. They both played the heck out the game. And there's no need for all of this backlash against old girl. And to be honest, it's showing to the fans I've been seeing on Facebook and everywhere else complaining about this, YouTube, everywhere else in the comments complaining. I'll give them a like up. In the comments complaining, y'all showing your true colors. I want you to know that. You showing your true colors. You this complaining is showing that you're racist. Like it's okay if the person you wanted to win lost. She's not even upset. She's happy to even be able to get there. She's a part of history now. You understand? And y'all so upset about the loss that y'all blamed it on the refs. Y'all complaining about the girl with the wave afterwards, which she did the wave earlier in the previous game to another team. And like she said, there was plenty trash talking. Catelyn Clark said, there was plenty trash talking between uh, all the teams in the tournament. They were trash talking between players. That's how sports go. You go and trash talk. So this was a little get back. You see her roll her eyes. She was probably talking mad junk. She had 30 something points. She was probably talking mad junk. you know, she was probably talking mad junk when she was out there playing ball. That's how ball go. So on that note, let's get into the scriptures, right? So with these scriptures, we gonna hit up 1 Timothy 4, and we're gonna go 1 through 3, right? It says, now the Spirit speaketh expressively, right? In stated terms, that in the latter time some shall depart from faith, giving heed to seducing spirits, right? To wandering spirits, spirits that lead people astray, right? Deceivers, demons, right? In doctrines of devils, right? Instructions. So the instructions of devils, right? Evil spirits, a demon, like we were just saying, demons. It says, speaking lies in hypocrisy. So the lies is by them saying that the one girl was classless and it was totally different what the other girl did. That's not classless, even though they both literally did the same thing. That's not classless. But the one girl, the angel, the black girl, she's classless. Caitlyn, she's not classless, but Angel, she's classless. It says, speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron, right? It's the conscience. Conscience seared with a hot iron. forbidding to marry, and commanding from to abstain from meats, which God has created to be received with thanksgiving, of them which believe and knoweth the truth. Right? So this is pretty much saying hypocrisy. They're forbidding people to get married, but they were married. It wasn't people who weren't married forbidding people to get married, and commanding them to abstain from meats. It wouldn't as if they didn't eat certain meats. We know what meats we shouldn't eat, but people were going too far. As we know, they were vegetarians back then, saying we shouldn't eat no meats, right? So what this says false teachers, but the reason I went to this was to talk about the hypocrisy, right? A reply answer, play acting hypocrisy. The way that the response was given to the angel woman, it's a bunch of hypocrisy in it, and it makes people bring up the race card, because otherwise, why aren't they both celebrated? One won basketball player of the year, one won the national championship. Like, celebrate them both. They both are young women, and they tried their hard. They balled their heart out. Right? Let's get to the next one. This is Psalms 34. We're gonna go 17 through 26. Right? Said the righteous cry, and the Lord heareth and delivereth them out of all troubles. Right? The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as to be of a contrite spirit, right? It says, many are afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. See, so when you part of God's people, you're gonna go through the afflictions. It says many are the afflictions of the righteous. But the work of God is you making it through your afflictions. It's a lot of people who never really went through nothing. Like, everybody will say they poor, but a lot of people really don't understand there was other people poorer than them, and they might not really fully understand what poor was, because they were poor for themselves or to themselves. They might not have been poor to everybody else around them, right? It says, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. Right? So it's going to be many things that happen to the righteous people, but God's going to deliver people, right? He keepeth all his bones, not one of them is broken, right? Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. The Lord redeemeth the souls of his servants, and none of them that thrust, it says, and none of them that thrust in him shall be desolate. None of them that trust, I don't know why I said thrust. None of them that trust in him shall be desolate. See, so we're going to go through things. And I hope for the angel girl, I love the way Caitlin handled it, the way she said it. And she didn't want to bring up the race thing. You could see she was avoiding that. He tried to get her to say the race thing the first time, but then he doubled back around and he was like, do you think it might have been race? And she was like, yeah. So I appreciate that, because I know she probably under heat for saying anything about race, because she's a European. I'm sure her European counterparts did not like to hear that it was probably a race issue. But I'm glad that she brought that up, and that she also says that it was nothing wrong with what she did. She didn't even notice it, and nobody should be ridiculed for doing those type of things, because it's a game. It's a sport of basketball, right? Let's get into the next scripture, which is Proverbs 10. And we're going to go to 18, right? It says, he that hideth hatred with lying lips, and he that stuttereth a slander is a fool, right? In the multitude of words there wanteth not sin, right? But he that refraineth his lips is wise, right? The tongue of the just is a choice silver, and the heart of the wicked is little worth, right? So if you wicked, your heart isn't even worth anything. People say, well, God know my heart. If you wicked, your heart ain't even worth anything. It says, the lips of the righteous may feed many, but fools die for the want of wisdom, right? And let's go back up to where it was at. He that hideth hatred with lying lips, and he that uttereth a slander is a fool. Right? So the young lady Caitlyn, nothing against her. But for all the fans, y'all should be ashamed of yourself. I mean, everything from younger people to older people, like I say, 90+% is Europeans. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. And hopefully you can look back at this and actually see where you made the wrong thought or wrong you went with your emotions and you made the wrong decision to criticize somebody or to heckle or go after somebody. Because I was looking on Twitter, Facebook, all of that. The young lady Angel is getting swarmed by people who hating on her for what she did, and people are already throwing different things. Look, she gave a middle finger to one of her high school fans. That was paparazzi who was following her around everywhere. She don't have to be nice to paparazzi. She could give them a middle finger. Y'all need to. She's grown. It's not like they're in high school. She's a grown person. If she don't want to talk to paparazzi and she want to walk past them and flick them off, she could do that. She's grown. But they starting to add the things up to dirty the young woman's character. But if you listen to her talk, she explains it herself. She her character shouldn't be dirtied by these accusations that they bring in. And this is the last scripture. It's Proverbs 26, right? And we're going to start at 23. It says, burning lips and a wicked heart are like a pot shared covered with silver dross, right? These burning lips that people have to burn, hotly pursue, right? Lip, speech, edge, and a wicked heart. The people hate on other people and just have to say something bad or negative. That's one of my pet peeves. Like, speaking the truth is not being negative. Literally. Like, you can say the truth without being negative, but people will be negative and even try to make it into a joke. Oh, you're just the worst person ever, or oh, I hate you, or I can't stand you, or I don't know what. Oh, you this. See, all of these type of things that people do, and they doing it in the chats, and I've had this happen personally, and this is beyond basketball. This is just about life. When people who have these burning lips and a wicked heart are like a potsherd covered with silver dross, right? He that hateth dissembleth with his lips and layeth up deceit within him. You see? So they dissemble their hate to regard, to recognize. You could recognize their hate with what they're speaking and how they're saying it. And layeth up deceit with them. Right? It says, when he speaketh fair, believe him not. So when these people trying to say, no, what you're not getting is the one girl did it. It was just in the act of the emotions of the game. She was feeling it. The other girl did it when the game is pretty much over, celebrating. And it's just classless, right? It's like, when he speaketh fair, believe him not. Don't believe them people. They're not speaking fair. They believe it's fair because the truth is they're trying to beseech you. It says, believe him not. For there are 7 abominations in the heart, right? Whose hatred is covered by deceit. 7 abomination in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit, right? So they cover their hatred by their deceit. It says, his wickedness, so it's their wickedness, shall be showed before the whole congregation, right? So their wickedness is being showed. Like right now, I'm breaking down how these people in the comments, people in the world, wicked, and people say you overreacting. It's just a basketball. For them to downgrade somebody is like not give nobody credit for the win and talk about them because of a little hand move, this little thing, which was done to another person, to multiple people throughout the tournament, rather it be in this tournament this year, or you even go to high school games, they doing that type of stuff, right? It says the wickedness is now getting shown to the whole congregation. All the people who watch this video are going to be able to look into them chats and be like, flat out, you wicked. Because that'll make them, how am I wicked? When you say that type of stuff, that make them get defensive. Well, how is this wicked? Because you don't understand your own wickedness. You're doing something out of spiteful race, and you're not doing it out of, it was a game. I know people don't be liking sports because they feel like they're emotional, but it's not the problem of the sport. It's the problem of the people who watch it. If you can't control yourself, you can't give big ups to the competition, don't watch it. If you so on the edge of the seat that if your team lose or the people you rooting for lose, don't watch it. Like there's no way you could be a coach or anything else actually important in life. Could you imagine being a coach of a boxer and you caught up with him lose? You should be caught up if him not taking too much damage, but you just mad because he losing and you're like, he not losing, the other guy is cheating. I mean, I know that happens, but a coach, you're not gonna teach your guy doing that. The people ain't gonna learn doing that. If you was a coach or somebody, you would have to teach them what they did wrong. Well, if you would have stepped to this side, if you'd have threw this punch more that I was calling out for, because trust me, both teams, even the team that won, know that there was plenty of things they could have done better to win and bigger or have a better game. In the other team that lost, Iowa, Caitlin, guaranteed she's thinking there are things that they could have done to do better to win that game. 6 turnovers, 22 shots. She know herself she could have done better to win that game, right? It says, whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. So be careful when you're doing all of this stuff, the people who are in the chats doing this, because guess what? It's going to come back on you, man. It says, and a lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, right? So these people lying, saying she classless, and they hating her because she's affected by what they saying. Well, it don't matter. She should have had more class, right? In a flattering mouth worketh ruin, right? So, with that being said, hopefully this is one of the shorter videos. Like I said, it is kind of short, so praise the Most High God for that. On that note, I just want to say, if you liked the video or if you didn't like the video, hit that like button, hop into the comments, y'all. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And if you have not subscribed yet, join the subscription. And as far as the chats, let's talk about this. Do y'all think that this had anything to do with race? Do y'all think people are just overreacting? Tell me what y'all think about this, all right? And on that note, I just want to say Thawada, which means thank you. Kaula Hayaba Shimyashire, which means all praises to the Most High in the name of His Son. I want to say Shalom, which is peaceful greetings, and Barakatah, which is bless you. Bless everybody. Thank y'all for watching and tuning in. On that note, Barakatah, peace.